so it's not shingles exactly, it's got siding. Here it's got the corrugated metal siding. But over here, look, it's got like wooden siding. And if you look at these lines, it's a perfect, Boomer, stop, silly thing. So if you look kind of right in the center, that line goes more or less straight across. That's my eye level. I mean, I know it dips a little bit towards the door because it's a rickety old building. But everything from the center down, look at the lines. As they go back, they appear to come up. That's what makes them look on the screen or on your paper like they're going away from you. Look from the center above. All those slats of siding, they go down towards my eye level. Remember, the eye level's in the center. So now I gotta draw that, and how that looks here is, you know, roughly my eye level's kind of here, I think, whoops, kind of here-ish. And so everything above it, and gradually it gets steeper as you go up, does this kind of thing. See, those lines are going down as they go away towards my eye level. And then here, at the bottom, they've got to go up to get to my eye level. Remember, my eye level's right around here. And my eye level runs all the way across the page. You know, that's my eye level. Okay, now you recall there was a door in there, so I just drew these guys first, and I got to kind of figure out about where the door is. It goes almost up to the top thing, and it's real skinny because it's so foreshortened. I mean, it's just about this wide. And I can very quickly then just erase in here. Now, I'll have to do a little bit more work on that at some point, but that's basically where my door is. Okay. I will come back to that, but now I'm going to look, and as I look at this, to get the width of the door right, I'm kind of looking at sort of the width of this compared to the width of the door compared to the width of this. And this is a little bit wider than the other two, right? And that's, you know, important for me to note and try and get right. When I look at you know, this part of the building, all of a sudden as I look at it, take a quick measurement here, up me. Yeah, it is, no, I guess that's about right. I was going to say I thought this was too narrow, but I don't think it is. This actually, you know, this actually is narrower than this in you know, from my point of view. So, okay, so I've got a door here, and it's a taller door than what's in the back. This door goes almost all the way up to the top. How do I know that? I'm just comparing it to the top of the building. And this one here it's got a little something going on. I'll get to this later. But this is the basic size of that door. Now this one's different. Remember, this has the corrugated metal on it. It's not big bits of siding like on the left. So for this one, I'm just going to kind of quickly draw smaller things. Remember, my eye level is right around here, so that's where it's straight, and then they angle up at the bottom, something like that. And I can just take my eraser, oops, take my eraser, Boomer, leave the chickens alone, Lord. And I can, you know, while I'm at it here, I'm going to just go ahead and start kind of suggesting where my corrugated siding lines are on the side. So these angle up just a bit at the bottom, and then remember, they don't angle down nearly as much at the top. The top of this building literally is you know, angled, so that's why these things get cut off. Okay. Get the back of this detailed a little bit better. There's a little piece of siding there. And, you know, your building will be different, of course. I'm just kind of... And so this is kind of like my second time around, maybe third time around. I'm starting to get more, you know, darker with my marks and a little more confident. At the same time, I'm like erasing kind of extra stuff and cleaning up my lines a bit. It's always a process of putting on and taking off. Putting on and taking off. The side is kind of chewed up down here. And remember, there's grass here, so I can just use little marks to start suggesting that. to get up here. What's in front and what's behind? Remember how important that is. So up here, this corner siding is in front, except for right here. Here the siding from the roof is in front. So, you know, here this stuff's in front, but here the roof stuff is in front. And then here, let's see. There's just kind of a bend here, so a lighter line there, and you know, I can see some nails, big prominent nails sticking out there. And there's like another nail right in here. These are big fat nail heads. I can really see them. That's why I would normally draw every nail, you know. So down here is this same piece of siding that's going right there. Well, there's a similar kind of thing happening on this corner. So here, oh, I got my corner in the wrong place. The corner is really more like here. Okay. Thank you, Rooster. Thank you so much. You're very important and noisy and everything. All right, so here's this corner. Go away, Bumblebee. This is all of the stuff that goes along with drawing outside. I mean, you might not have roosters, but okay, I'm trying to kind of go fast so I can show you everything and not keep you here absolutely forever. But you can see I'm starting to strengthen my lines up here. Oh, gotta make it clear what's in front, what's behind. Boom, boom, boom. See, this ceiling stuff overlaps it, although right here, oh, here I can see the thing turn the corner. Yeah, that's it right there. And then I see a little bit of the underside of the roof here. So that's what this is up under here. It's the underside of the roof. And if I zoom in, I can see, remember I drew the bottom of this piece of wood here. I can see it kind of here. And then I can see the underside of the roof material, kind of, that's the corrugated roofing back under there. So that is sort of the underside of this stuff, this wavy stuff up here. I didn't capture that perfectly yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so all along this side, again, this is my second or kind of third time around in some cases, I can start to get a lot more specific. But along the inside of this edge of trim, I see this sort of wavy edge of my corrugated material. Now, I don't know what the building that you're drawing, what's it sided with? You know, what kind of material does it have? I'm not sure. Probably not this. You're probably not on a farm. But it might be brick. That's what we're going to be dealing with at school. Try not to get too hung up. You know, look, it's always good to kind of get back. Try not to get too hung up on little details like every little brick or something. You're just trying to suggest it. You can't get too specific. So I would come back to my building, but you know, it's kind of decently sighted. I can kind of like start to. I am not going to draw every blade of grass, but you know, I can kind of find my little shorthand for what grass looks like. Remember, this down here in the bottom left corner is a shadow. It's the shadow of my chicken coop. So I'm not shading, I'm just kind of amassing my grass to create a sense of shadow there. And then let's before we go any further, I want to kind of talk about the foliage. So this is a tree up here, and I've started by drawing kind of the mass. You know, you see it as a mass. When you draw a person's head, you draw the hair on their head. You don't draw hair, 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 hair. You don't do that. You see hair as a mass. Hair is a shape. Maybe around the edges you show a few wispies, but just like hair, when you draw a tree, you don't draw every leaf. It would take forever. You draw the shape. So I got the big main shape here. I'm just looking now. Now there are some outliers, some places where things sort of stick up. So there's kind of this, and you know, I have my own little shorthand for leaves. You know, the leaves on this tree can kind of look like that. But I'm not going to do too much of that. There's kind of another clump of leaves that kind of is in front here. And those I can start to see are on a stem, you know, a branch comes up. I can't see the branch all the way through, but I can see it a little bit. I can see another branch over here. There's a little patch of sky kind of showing through. So I might use some shapes that are a little bit leaf-like. Whatever I do, you've got to keep in mind that you're not drawing every... So look at this, the contour of my leaves goes kind of up and down more. So you can see that initial shape of the sort of clump of leaves that is the canopy of the tree. I'm kind of breaking through that a little bit. I'm looking at what I'm drawing, but I'm also kind of inventing my own little shorthand. Like, how do I say tree? And by the way, there's like 1,000 different kinds of trees, so I don't know them all. I'm just drawing what I see. So how do I say something that looks like this tree? There are some things that jut out here, so I'm kind of suggesting them. You can see I am looking at, trust me, I'm looking at what I'm drawing. I'm not making this stuff up. But I am making it up in the sense that I'm coming up with my own little shorthand, something that looks like leaves. Now, it takes a while to build this up, and as I draw this, I can see, just for interest, remember I was like, oh, I've just got blue sky back there. I'm really kind of screwed. Well, now I look at this, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's a whole other roof back there. There's another barn, and I can see it just through the trees, just a little bit. The roof kind of goes like this. So that's good. That's helping me kind of fill in back there. And I already said there's another tree, and then there's, off in the distance, there's kind of a tree line, like the middle ground. There's more trees back there, and there's a tall tree in the background, kind of right here. And it's got a lot of, it's more in the distance, so I'm using, you can see I'm just kind of using scribbles here to suggest it. But when, it's in the background behind a building and it's up on a trunk or a stem with branches coming off, people are willing more or less to believe this is a tree. What are you doing, Boomer? So you see that's the other building back there, and then there's it's either the tree in the upper right. Okay. So I'm gonna keep drawing on this, and I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna keep drawing, and I'll post my sort of more finished drawing for you to see. But I've talked enough. If you've actually watched this, I hope you have. I hope it's been helpful. Find a small building, sit down. It's going to take you a couple hours.